welcome to the worst movie podcast in the world. This week we have been looking at Howl's Moving Castle. I'm pretty sure it's Howl. It's Howl, right, Ryan?
I always say
Yes.
Howls.
Yeah, Howl's. Yeah, Howl's Moving Castle. And this week I'm joined by Ryan. Ryan?
Hello.
Yeah, there you go. Decos.
Hello.
And Jason, who is a sub-in for Joe. But, Jason brings his own little twist. It also tweaks some things in the podcast to, accommodate a different person for the week. But it's fine to worry about. And Jason, you want to just say hi?
Hi.
All right, yeah, Jason says hi. All right, fantastic. And, yeah, and I'm hosting. Yeah, there you go. Look, he said hi. And I'm hosting again this week after Ryan's dictatorial rule has been overthrown. So,
Overthrow. But I allowed democratic and free elections back to the podcast.
It's true.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, so let's just get our just base thoughts and summaries about this movie, just what we thought straight out of the gate. We're gonna start with the just to put him on the spot a little bit because Jason's just it's his first week here. We kind of we don't want him to know what other how the flow actually goes. We want him to feel a little bit out the frying pan into the fire. Jason, what did you think of Howl's Moving Castle? Have you ever seen a Studio Ghibli movie before? Just for reference.
I have.
He has.
I've seen Spirited Away. It is a very beautiful movie. Howl's Moving Castle is also a very beautiful movie. I think.
It is very pretty. Yeah.
The art style reminds me of sort of old European type of art. Mixing with some, Japanese stuff.
That's true. It was a little bit. It had that especially the fields of grass and stuff. I had that. I always forget the name of it. What's the one with the Nazis?
Grass is European, guys.
There's European grass. There's European mountains. The cities look really European.
Not have grass. Question.
Yeah, but the people look very Japanese. It fits. It's fine.
Yeah, it did feel like the setting for Howl's Moving Castle was very European as well.
Yeah.
I think it was based. But
yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. All right.
I think it's based on a book, right?
Yeah.
A European book. So it probably is set in Europe.
I'm
pretty sure it's literally called Howl's Moving Castle.
I think in the original book, Howl is actually Welsh.
This wasn't really much of a castle, though, was it? It was kind of just. It should have been Howl's Moving amalgamation of loose metal and stuff. Because it wasn't really. It was. Also, I thought going into it, I thought the film would focus a lot more on it, but it's just kind of there. I know it's kind of a little bit of a plot point, but I thought it'd be the main plot point. But it is just kind of just hanging around. It's more to do with the woman just kind of being old now, which is guaranteed kind of funny. Just watching her kind of poke around, just be all kind of decrepit. It fuels me with a certain sense of enjoyment watching the elderly struggle. It's.
That's what you took from this movie.
Anyway, less about me. Ryan, what did you think of the movie?
Oh my god. Yeah, so I mean, this was my second time watching Howl's Moving Castle. I've seen quite a fair few of the other Ghibli films, which some of them I really enjoy, some of them not that bad. I mean, I don't think this is a Hayao Miyazaki film, and I honestly do not think the guy has missed in his career. I think all of his films are good at the very least. His worst films are still better than some other people's best. So, Howl's Moving Castle. I mean, it's the second, as I said, second time watching it, and I honestly thought it was way better the second time round. I think it I guess it sort of it goes at quite a fast pace. Sort of past the midpoint, and so on the first watch you can kind of get lost. You can kind of get lost quite easily with what's going on. But if you already have that, I know where this is going, then you're able to track it a lot easier. And yeah,
that is true.
I thought it was good, baby. I had a great time watching this film.
Well, there we go. Ryan, he thought it was good and he enjoyed it. And Decos, what do you think? Now, you're kind of, you were literally just saying before I started recording, have been watching so much anime that you don't even need to look at the screen to understand the Japanese, what they're saying and stuff, and kind of get where it's going and stuff. You don't even need to read the subtitles. So what do you think as a man who's been connoisseuring the anime of recent memories?
I mean, this is probably one of my favorite Japanese animation films. To be honest, I've watched it a shit ton times. And I've watched it dub and sub, and it's one of the few films I would say dub is okay.
I
Sub's
watched
still
it
the
in the dub.
best because the way the voice actors are in a sub is just way better.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's
Bale.
a
Fuck
film,
you.
and it's a film. To be honest,
Subs all
this
the
is a
way.
film that don't look outdated considering it's 2004.
It
looks
didn't. It
like
looked very
could
pretty.
have came out in the last 10 years.
Yeah, it looked really pretty.
But I don't think this style of filmmaking isn't really something that needed more advanced technology to be able to create. It's just it's animated,
Yeah.
so it's just as good as the artist is at drawing it, right?
Yeah.
And I mean,
That's
this
a good
dude's
point.
had been making films at this point since the 70s, so like animated films since the 70s. So
I mean, you watch
it's
stuff
got a lot of
like
experience here.
Totoro. I mean, you watch stuff like Totoro, which came out in like 1988, and that's still pretty good.
I think honestly, I
It's
think
just
Totoro looks fine. Like it has
yeah,
no
that's like
issues.
almost 40 years old now.
Yeah,
So
about what 16 years before this came out. So yeah.
yeah.
Man, I got no idea. But it is what it is. I thought it was, it was alright. It was a good time. I wasn't like blown away or anything. I was just because I watched it with somebody, so we both never actually watched a Studio Ghibli film before, so we both just sat down. We got some popcorn. We were prepared. We had some popcorn. Me and my roommate were just chilling, two little bowls. We're like, what's going to be going on in this film? We sit down and pretty much about like every like few minutes, we're just like, the fuck is that? What the fuck? Just some weird shit happening. Which, to be fair, is kind of entertaining. But it starts to
Weird
mess with
shit
your
like
mind
what?
after
Name
a
one
little.
of the weird shit.
What do you mean? Name one of the weird shit. It's a fucking moving
Well, you know, you
castle
said
part
weird
of the
shit.
fucking
You
film.
Yes.
elaborate, bitch.
It's got like a mouth.
In all
I
fairness,
just
that man is a
looking
bird.
at the picture on the slide right now. For people who can't see this because they're listening, I don't know what the fuck that is. It's not a castle. It's not a house. It's got bits of house. It's got a mouth.
It's steampunk, motherfucker.
Sure. Well, I was lost, but I wasn't. But also, I feel like I wasn't because I don't really know what kind of like. I know the thing is though, I can tell the film is like it's like a vibe movie. Like you go, you have some good sights. Like there's just people like messing around, like anime style. Just like things going wackadoo. It's fun. But also like I don't know if the story was that strong. I feel like the character moments were. I think the characters are well done, but I don't know if the story was well done.
The whole point of the story was to show both sides of a war and the evil within it.
Yeah, but the fact that the war started was the fact that that guy was a scarecrow, right? But like, yeah, I know they allude to that scarecrow being someone, but he just kind of pops up at the end like, "Oh, I'm the prince. War's over now." It's like, oh, okay, well that was solved very easily. Cool. Anyway, where the fuck did he come from? He just popped out. He was like, "Oh yeah, it was the prince the whole time."
Yeah, but it was also parallel and
how
Sophie's
convenient.
own curse herself was broken.
I know, but like,
I had like so many questions about
did
that.
it
Why did she like
to anything with it?
Because I mean, some shit like her curse is like slowly being lifted.
But why?
I don't know. It's not really explained.
So
but it's like,
me and my roommate
I
assumed
think
it's
gets,
because she like accepts, like she feels like she accepts herself, like, and she's just like, all right, like before she didn't really like. She was living like the life she kind of wanted to live and was like happy with it and was like content with herself. So she slowly like starts like coming off. Which, to be fair, they allude to in the film. They don't tell you directly, which I do. They kind of show it more than they show it with her de-aging, right? So they show and don't tell, which is good. But it's just kind of like I feel like they did it too. Sometimes you have to have a little bit of tell, just like a little bit, just a little smidge, just so you know. Yeah. Especially when it's a you. Like, no kid would know what the fuck was happening for any second of this.
Who said it's a kid's film?
The age rating!
Well, just because it's animated, it's a kid's film? Huh?
No,
is that what you're saying?
It was a you! It was a you!
It's a PG, isn't it?
No, it was a you on Netflix.
It's a PG. According to Letterboxd.
Well, Letterboxd must be wrong. No, I'm kidding. It's probably just Netflix. Netflix is weird age rating things anyway, so it probably is that.
Cameron, do you think you will watch another Studio Ghibli film after this one?
Well, all I'm saying is that, like, a few days before this, I just watched the new Spider-Verse movie. And if I had to choose an animation thing that I was going to back, it would be that by a long shot. But that's besides the point. Could I watch another
Fuck,
Studio
fuck.
Ghibli film? I think I could, because I did get a level of enjoyment from this. Like, I think you guys think I hated it. On Letterboxd, I give it 3 out of 5. So that's like a middle. That's like dead.
That's
It's more than half.
trash.
You gave
thing
it
is,
3.5. You gave it 3.5, Ryan. You gave it half more than me.
I gave it 4. I updated it.
Yeah,
Watching
you
it. Realised I was
upgraded it.
wrong.
Out of
Zero my
spite.
ways.
What you basically said, Cameron, is so this 2004 film, I'd rather watch this 2023 film.
Yeah.
With more budget, a bigger studio, and better technology.
What can I
To
say? I have
an
fancy
anime.
tastes.
But I feel like there's a little bit of charm to this sort of old style art,
yeah,
right?
it was wholesome. Which is why I didn't give it 2. I gave it 3 out of 5. It's 3. It's not a bad score. It's 5. Like, okay. To be fair, I think maybe I focused on the negatives. I did. Like, I was sat there and it was fun. I had fun. Like, what do you want? What do you want from me? Do you want my goddamn? You want my blood?
Studio Ghibli films feel like can be a bit confusing on the first run. So if you watch it again, you might understand it and appreciate it. Even though you
I
enjoy
think in particular, Hayao Miyazaki is just not very good at endings. Like, think about quite. I mean, yeah, you've seen quite a lot of them as well, DK. Maybe like Spirited Away is the one I can think of that has, I guess, a decent ending. But even then, it feels like a bit
his
rushed.
film that always hits, but his endings are always misses.
Yeah, like fucking Kiki's Delivery Service. That film is really good, and then it's like it's over, and you're like, wait, what?
The problem is they aren't a studio to do sequels, obviously. So sometimes you can be left with questions with some of the endings, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, to wrap up the introductions, we don't want to get bogged down.
I think Totoro. My Neighbor Totoro has a good.
We don't want to get bogged down in stuff. We want to move past it. They do this every time.
Several more things I want to say.
Let the movie discussion continue, Cameron, just because you're not fucking involved.
I think
that's not what I mean.
I think we should do a Studio Ghibli movie marathon with Cameron.
Yes.
No.
So when Cameron said he was down to watch maybe another one, what you actually meant was you're going to force him to watch all of them.
Signing up for a marathon, a one sitting. You know, like what we did with the Halo TV show.
No, but that was painful.
This won't be painful. This will be nice, and afterwards you'll feel happy.
I'll tell you what we should do instead. We should watch She-Hulk. Anyway, right, let's get into the log lines. Just because I'm not trying to rush past your things, I just mean, gotta keep things concise. We don't want to waffle. We just want to ka-pa-pa-pa. Right, logline showdown. I'm not going first. Ryan, you go. Oh wait, how's this working this week? Do we want to tell people how it's working? Because Ryan, I'm assuming you know.
Jason is the judge, jury, and executioner.
Awesome.
Whatever the what, Jason? What do you want your title to be?
J-Dog.
I'll have it be. I'll have J-Dog. J-Dog. That's pretty good.
J-Dog. The honourable J-Dog.
Throwback to year 7 or year 9 French.
All right, cool. So yeah, Jason's joking, so he doesn't have to come up with a log line. Which
the honourable J-Dog.
Oh, sorry, the honourable J-Dog. Man, I don't want to miss out my point. I'm going to give him right now. So this week I could actually get a point. It's crazy because he's not biased. He's not biased like these fools. He doesn't understand raw talent like these fools. All right.
I would like to point out Jason's point, depending on the result, may or may not count, as it's a special.
It counts. It's real. Right. Yeah, Ryan, you're first. You go.
Right,
you go.
I'll keep it short. I'll keep it simple this week.
Mm-hmm.
The castle was a moving. The Christian Bale was a grooving.
That's true. That did happen. So it does summarize the film. I'll give you that.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Do I wait until I hear everyone's?
You wait till you hear everyone.
Yeah.
Before
you cast your judgment.
Okay.
Right, Decos, you're up next.
Film about a man who can turn into a bird wanting to fuck a woman who's actually a granny, but it's actually a maybe of age woman.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know.
Depends on the country.
Maybe of age. It is Japan.
we'll get the log line. We'll get my log line in. Right, hold on. I've come up with
After
it.
you found
It's
it.
good. No, I didn't find it. Okay, this one is a camera original this time. I'm not referencing another film. I'm not doing Cars, but with all the names removed and putting with people's names in this one because I don't remember the
he's
people's
actually going
names
to try
in
and
this
get a point.
one. All right. So if I had to best summarize this movie in one sentence, it would be a film of brutal and horrific torture of a poor innocent flame. That would be
That's
my
correct.
summary of it, because that's all it is. It's just them horribly torturing him the entire time. I mean, look, he's like
Man, he had it
moving the
coming.
house. He was just chilling. He was just on the. What was he before? He didn't do anything wrong before. He was a little star, just chilling. And now he's like made to like work a house. He gets like doused with water. Like he runs out of like wood and just like choking for air. The little flame. So that's what it is. A brutal and sadistic film about torture.
I can't change in your log line.
Yeah, but it's not his fault for being a non-self-sufficient demon. Like, if you're gonna be a demon, make
Brutal.
yourself self-sufficient.
Brutal. Well, that's my log line. So let's get into the voting then on Jason, who I think has it stacked. Everyone else has it stacked against him with that gold that I just pulled out my ass right there. So
This is some fucking S tier lampshading right here.
Can I just ask, how's it normally work? So normally when Joe's here, who votes?
We all
does-
vote.
it's a
We all
democratic thing, but I
Yeah.
have to go last because I'm not allowed to go first. Oh no, I have to go first.
No, you have to go first. Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's a naughty boy and he always just votes for the draw.
I
Yeah.
see. So, well, Ryan's point about Christian Bale, very true.
Mhm.
Bale did groove, Castle did move.
Mhm.
Dekos's point about the age of consent was just weird. Cameron didn't send me enough money to vote for him earlier, so.
The problem is, I don't know if you're joking or not.
I like the keyword enough, as in it's implying that Cameron did send Jason money, but it wasn't a big enough bribe.
I'm sorry the pay packet was light, Jason, but I swear next time there'll be more.
Cameron, I'm expecting at least 2 more installments.
Ah!
So I'm gonna have to go with Brian this time.
Yes.
So big.
Christian
Congratulations, Brian.
You can't beat Christian Bale.
Great. Now he gets the fucking little picture of the little. I'm assuming a little castle that's moving. All right, we're back. Brian's got his point. Little Calcifer, the best character in the film, hands down. He was most entertaining to watch, in my opinion. I was having a great time with everything. When I thought he was going to die because it's a heart way. Anyway, getting into the general discussion then. We're just gonna, I know we've like summarized before. We just kind of like work around like certain bits of the film here. So I think most obviously we should start with like the I guess special effects, CGI, art, like what we all thought of that, like straight out of the gate, so we can just get it out of the way, so it's not involved in discussions. What do we think of just how just the film, just generally like this stuff that went into it, clearly like the drawing, the art style, that kind of thing? Like, what do you think? What do you guys think? Oh, yeah, we're gonna start with Dekos. Dekos. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, as I said before, if you were listening,
I was, but it's a section. What do you want me to do?
Hold up. I think it holds up to today's standards, to be honest. But
it does.
Yeah. I said today's standard. I've seen some CGI animated films of the last couple of years that are subpar.
Oh, he doesn't like them.
But,
no, I really like.
I personally can't really fault anything with it. It's a film I enjoy and I can watch over and over again. Like, there's few films where I can just happily do that.
Yeah.
And it's just a fun, good time. You sit down, it's a good time to watch. It's not stressful, it's not intense, but maybe a bit or two. And it's not like really that sad. It's just one of those, it's just an enjoyable film. It's like, oh, I just want to watch a film, don't know what to watch. How's Moving Castle? Which one is probably me with most Studio Ghibli films, to be honest.
That's fair.
If I
want
to watch a film, don't know what to watch, it tends to be that. If it's something that I can just chill through.
It was a chill vibes film. I completely get that. Now, just to interject before I go to the next person, my fucking favorite
No.
shot of the film is on the slideshow, and it's the little. I know some people won't be able to see, but I'll describe them to you. It's the little sheep that don't have any legs, and they just blobs, and they just move along. I was so fucking entertained watching those little blobs just shuffling along the screen. I know it's not bad. I obviously they did it just because they look adorable. Is clearly why they did it. It was absolutely riveting watching those little blobs. It was favorite. I don't care about the fucking clearly well-designed castle in the background. It's the blob sheep, hands down, best shot in the entire thing. It's a fucking.
That is a beautiful shot, isn't it?
Look at how adorable they are. They're just a blob with another little blob on. I just want to grab one and just squeeze it. You know, beautiful. Anyway, again off topic. Ryan, you go. What did you think of like the art and the CGI and just the tech, all that kind of stuff?
See, I think
Moving on.
besides. Oh, for fuck's sake. Fucking. This is going to be a good. I was going to say some good things about this film. I think besides My Neighbor Totoro, which I like for its sort of, I guess, it's almost like a watercolor art style. This is arguably one of the best looking Ghibli films. It is just fantastic.
Well, I
Like-
can compare this art style to Treasure Planet. To be honest, it's similar.
I do not.
Obviously,
know
in completely different
yes.
setting, but
Treasure Planet.
Cameron hasn't seen Treasure Planet, so he doesn't have a fucking clue.
Yes.
I need to watch it. I do need to watch it.
I love the reaction by everyone else. Just enthusiasm. We love it. We love to see it. Fucking cunt.
Alright.
Yeah, it's no. Oh God, I'm getting interrupted. Look, anyway, it's a fantastic looking Ghibli film. Okay, like when the action scenes happen, it's awesome. The fucking flower field, beautiful.
Don't forget Blob
the dog. What the dog doing?
What was the dog
Who
doing?
knows? Dog doing the dog doing things, and also as well,
dog.
it's a dog.
I can't tell if it was a person under a spell or just a dog.
I thought. See, I guess like
I
it's
can
easy
imagine
to
it
think it
is.
is. Yeah, because it's got a little bit of hair. It's like different coloured hair,
Yes.
and it's got little chicken
Yeah.
legs as well.
Yeah, why did it have
Oh
little
yeah, and
chicken
also I
legs?
appreciate as well in this film they took the time to animate Howl's ass. And you
Of
got to
course.
see
It's
that.
true. It
Oh,
does have an
they
ass.
did.
What? I did not
That
notice
boy-
that.
Howl's ass.
That
You can see
boy,
it poking through
he
his
got
towel.
What?
you can see like the crack through the towel, and then when the towel falls off, you see his ass again.
Yeah.
I had to pause on that scene for a moment.
For how long?
Average male then.
30 seconds. Alright,
How
Jason!
long's the
maybe
male
average to
Ryan?
you, Cam.
No, what I'm saying is, Ryan, from the experiences I've had with you, it's 30 seconds.
Whoa, wait.
Whoa.
For what it's worth,
Anywho.
Alright, Jason, what did you think? What did you think, man? Of like the art and that kind of stuff.
So in that, okay, at the start of the movie, when they're in like, I don't know, one of the cities on one side of the war where Sophie is from, that city looked like it gave me really, it gave me like flashbacks to like when I went to visit, I don't know, like Vienna or something, and then
Yeah.
this art style is like I had to Google it. I didn't know how to describe it. It's like I literally searched up old European art and then found a Wikipedia page called Art of Europe. And I think this style of art is probably similar to the Romantic era with like this really colorful oil painting type. Like the whole movie looks like an oil painting kind of.
Yeah.
And it's
oh yeah.
it's like at least at the start, you know, it's like really colorful stuff. Like they're in cafes and there's flowers and stuff. It's like I think it's really cool, and that's probably also why it holds up so well because this type of art style you don't need really advanced technology to make it look like this. Because if you're going to compare it to something that was drawn like 100 years ago, it doesn't really make a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was an absolutely beautiful. It was a
To be honest,
beautiful film. I
the
can't.
person who made this film, I can't really pronounce his name properly because twat. He is known for laborious, like hand drawn everything. It's hand drawn.
Ah.
Probably why it looks so good.
Yeah, I could kind of see that
Whereas
actually. I think.
stuff like some other animated films, they're basically like 3 or 4 pictures for a scene, and yet the computer basically does the rest.
Yeah,
But they probably drew like well over 100, if not more, for each like scene. It's
you
just
could tell the
crazy.
effort they put into it. Also,
Yeah.
Howl is fucking hot, dude, and he's drippy as fuck. So
Oh
that's
yeah,
cool.
of course,
When he went ginger,
absolutely.
man. Lord.
What the fuck? Goddamn cost.
It is pro-
He's losing it. But yeah, no, it was. Yeah, it was absolutely. It was really. It was really pretty. Obviously, that little Calcifer, little cute little fella. Obviously, the sheeps. Yeah, even just looking at these pictures right now, all of them just looks like someone has just stopped and just like hand painted something and just created like a
Mm.
beautiful, beautiful thing to put in like a museum or something.
I think you could basically pause this film at any point and it will look beautiful.
Yeah.
Especially the bit where you see Christian Bale's ass.
Right, that wasn't Christian Bale. Christian Bale was doing
Bro,
the
that's
voice.
Christian Bale.
No, that's someone drew that
That's what he
version.
looks
That's
like.
not
It's called,
Christian Bale.
Jason, it's called acting. Okay, he's a really good actor. He acted animated.
He's not that good. Okay,
He's that good.
he's
Probably
he's
won an
good.
Oscar.
He's not good enough to become a drawing.
Probably.
No, has Christian Bale won an Oscar?
I don't
Fact
know.
check.
He must have at some point.
I don't. I doubt he has.
I love the fact that it's like the first.
First what, huh?
Let's see.
He's won an Oscar, baby. What do you win
Has
it
he?
for?
For what?
I always
Best
assumed it was
supporting actor category, The Fighter 2010.
I haven't
Oh.
seen that.
Damn.
I'm not
Best
gonna lie,
supporting
didn't know it
actor.
existed.
He should have got it for best actor. But yeah, all right, cool. So skipping on from this then, because now I've got the art out of the way. I feel like that's one of the big discussions about the thing. It's gone. All right. Well, obviously we can bring it up every now and then, but it's out of the way. We're on to the next bit. Let's talk about the story, because obviously we discussed that. We discussed the film in the intro. We discussed like the art. We've gone over that, but the actual story itself. What did we think of that? Like the beats. What happened? How did we feel about it? So I'm going to start with. What did I start with first last time? I'm going to start with DCOS.
It started
this
with me
time.
first.
Oh, okay. I'm going to start with Ryan then. Ryan, you go.
What? Why me? Why are you
'Cause-
forcing me to do this?
What do you mean? It's a plot. Wait, just go.
Put the blob sheep on me. Don't do it.
Best part of the
Anyway,
film, hands
look,
down.
okay, the story-
It's actually such a vibe.
I kind of want that thing as just like a display poster, just so I can have like the blob sheep just on my wall permanently. Is that bad? I don't think that's bad. I think that's
No, I think
good.
that's actually good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
It is that's a pretty beautiful image, and
Just cut out Howl's Moving Castle, and then it's just a blob sheep.
Yeah.
literally everything. You could just cut out just the sheep.
Just zoom in on one of the sheep, like the one on the top left,
just
maybe.
one.
Yeah.
Sweet blob.
AI enhanced blob sheep.
So yeah,
There's like-
what do you think of the story then, Ryan? Not the blob sheep.
I mean, the story is arguably the weakest bit of it, but the story is still, I think, fine.
I feel like
like,
it wasn't trying to do like a super like intense like riveting story. So it was just going for the vibes.
It's trying to create a fun adventure with the sort of the Ghibli vibe being the key drawing factor to it, and it definitely does that. I mean, even the soundtrack of this thing is amazing. Which I think is
God.
Yeah,
It's
this film
iconic.
was about this film was about the characters. He just needed somewhat of a plot to get those characters across.
Yeah, like the plot is just she gets cursed and turns into an old woman, and then slowly but surely, I guess through her actions, makes it. She.
Yeah, the film is based on a.
I actually reckon it's because she sort of loves Howl, no matter how he looks, because he looks pretty fucked. Let's be honest, as like a bird boy.
I think she sees
No,
us.
so I
I think her
Yeah, but
turning
think of that
old
bird
is,
cock, though.
is how she sees herself, and then as she grows more confident and how she begins to love and accept Howl through kindness and all that, she starts loving herself as well.
Oh yeah, true.
Because I'm pretty sure she is supposed to be just a quiet, tame, I say tame, but quiet person. But with which they didn't really show. But with Howl, she sort of grew a bit. She grew as a person, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And she didn't let her being old stop her from doing what's right. Like, she didn't let the curse stop her. And she grew as a person. And then through love and kindness, she came back to her true self.
Love and
Mm.
kindness and that how big.
I like the Wicked Witch of the
How
West.
many inches you
just has
reckon
the
Howl's
telephone.
got, huh? We saw the front. We saw the
He-
back. But
He's a
what about the
magician,
front?
however many he wants.
Where's the
Oh,
Howl's Moving
fuck.
Castle dong cut? That's what I want to know.
It's probably on the internet, no?
Oh, how?
Just
Look,
type
all I'm
Alpha
saying is, how many
84
did that
and-
prince have? Because all I'm saying is, maybe the spell just removed his legs, and that pogo stick was someone else that he was bouncing on. It's the fucking thing. Like, I mean, that's all I'm saying.
He was on a
Oh
stick
my
turned into a
God.
person. So let's move on from that.
No. But at the end, it got like shredded down. So it's
Ah,
a bit short of there.
goddamn! He had the surgery.
Yeah, it wasn't true love. He just needed to get his dick not as long.
He needed to. No, see, it's more of a message. He needed to love himself, and without a dick, he loved himself more. There you go. It's like you know what? This is dodgy crowds. We're moving.
Now
we're
he's
moving
smooth, baby.
steadily past this.
Is that what the movie's about? It's about that prince's dick?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Oh, I get it now.
Yeah,
It's-
the war. The main part of the war is because the prince has gone missing, and
And no one
The
knows where his
side
dick
where you-
is.
yeah, and they fought because they thought one person killed the prince or took the prince. That's
I
why.
I think as well.
That's
part
why
of
when he
the
turned
war
into a
being
human and
kind
was
of
found, they went, "Oh, we'll end the war then."
But I
Like
think
millions
as
of
well,
people
part of
haven't
it
just
is it's
died.
saying that the war is ultimately pointless. It's just fighting over essentially nothing. Because Miyazaki he's very anti-war. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
he's a huge
Like,
pacifist, right?
There's
Who
literally Porco
is
Rosso, which
not
is a film about
anti-war?
how he is. Porco Rosso literally is about how war turns people into animals, and that once you've been involved in it, you cannot go back.
Society turns people into
Castle-
animals.
What is this?
Castle in the Sky is literally like
is too
aggressively
deep.
against the US. Is aggressively against the US military. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't this
You know what
movie
else
come
is
out?
Oh, sorry, Jason. Go. Sorry.
Oh, that was fun. I was just saying, I think this movie, didn't you say he made it as as a comment on the US's invasion of Iraq or something?
yeah, I think so.
Like, it came out like immediately after that.
Yeah, 3 years afterwards.
Yeah.
It probably would have been worked on from like 2001. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Studio Ghibli films do take ages. Yeah.
You know, what other film was really anti-American military. The first Transformers film.
It really is.
Mm.
Oh, pro-military, man.
Glorification.
Same as
America.
Monster Hunters.
Fuck yeah! Oh, fucking Monster Hunters was
We should
fantastic.
watch a pro-military film like Black Hawk Down.
We did. We watched Transformers. That is a pro-American military film.
Sure.
Like big time, big time. All right. Jason, what did you think of the story then? What do you think of what happened?
I think I was a big fan of just the mood of the story, but not so much the details. You know what I mean?
I thought you were
Details.
about to say the movie. I thought you were about to say, I'm a big fan of the movie.
It's taken me this long to say. I am a big fan of the movie, but yeah, I think the it's more so the vibe and the mood than the details. The details don't matter so much. I feel in this type of film, it's like, no, there's a war.
Mm.
I don't know, it's just sort of happening for some reason. It's two countries doing it, or like maybe more countries. I don't know. Who cares? All that really
Yeah.
matters is
It-
how
it
hot
is
Howl
rare
is.
It is rare for a film just to be a mood and be good.
True.
Like, we've slated films
Well,
for having a
five
shit
films.
story, and you don't you can't really connect to it. Or, like, you switch off from it. Stuff like Monster Hunter, that was awful because it hadn't got a story. But this is just the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is nice.
They're called vibe movies, where it's not about the plot. It's about the characters and the world they're in, and immersing you in that world. Which is
Yeah.
Goddamn
probably one of the best. That is probably what the Studio Ghibli / Miyazaki films do best. Is they create a world that just feels amazing and it feels alive as well.
feels like
I
you
mean,
wanna
this
be
this
there.
world doesn't feel
Like,
like you. The world is pretty well established in this film, even though you don't really see. I guess you don't really see or experience a lot outside of the key happening for the plot, but it still is an alive world. That makes
yeah.
sense.
Like, it makes you wanna. This film makes you wanna live in that world, even though it's being bombed to shit. You still wanna live in it. Also,
Goddamn right.
it's one of the staples of good anime films is, especially Studio Ghibli do it, is the food. Food looks good.
the bacon.
The food looks good, the film's good.
You know what I like the look of? The bread.
Yes.
I like the look of the sheep. They
Also,
look
that
tasty.
that that,
Oh,
that kid whipping out, it's time
The
to eat.
sheep!
Just a massive block of cheese and a massive loaf of bread.
Man, he's ready. He's ready to eat. That's a good meal right there. Cheese and bread. Take me away. I'm ready.
Also, you need to watch this film in sub, even just to hear Kalsava's voice in sub. He's way better in sub than dub.
I liked him in dub.
Well, I'd point that out. I don't like you in dub.
You know what else is good in dub? Cyberpunk Edge Runners. It's better in dub than it
Also,
is in sub.
I fact checked this. I don't know if this was said earlier in the podcast, but it was said earlier today. This film is actually set in Wales.
I was on the
the book,
podcast.
Really?
the book is set in what? The book is Welsh. Yeah.
Yeah, the book is Welsh and it is set in Wales.
God damn, that's why the
It's
sheep
true,
looks
her
so
name
good.
is Sophie Hatter. Like,
I didn't know
'Cause she
her
makes
last name,
hats.
actually. Oh! Wait, that makes sense. Wait, that didn't occur to me.
She makes the hats, man.
Honest, to be honest, one of the shops in the skies for Howl is Pendragon as well.
yeah,
Mm.
they're not Japanese names. They are Welsh names.
No,
It's
there's
basically
nothing
just wizards,
Japanese about this, except the animation, I think.
Yeah.
Calcifer as well. I feel like it's very Welsh. To be honest. I feel like that's somewhere in Wales.
I thought Calcifer was more of like a demon name, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
like
demon, but I
Lucifer.
feel like it's a reference to Welsh mythology.
It's a Welsh demon.
And obviously, since it's based on
look
Wales,
it
you
up.
had to make the sheep look look good, didn't they? Yeah. Look
It's
at
full
them.
circle.
The sheep. All right. So to kind of wrap this up, I'm gonna just. I also like with the story thing. Yeah, I thought it was. I mean, obviously, I know it's not the strong suit of the film, but I think it's very good character moments. That's for sure. Like sometimes you don't have to have a strong story, but as long as the character moments are good, you can still have a good time. And I thought the characters had nice, little arcs. They were doing things. They were growing as people. That's kind of like the whole point. I thought that was really cool.
Mm.
I like watching little art do its thing. But yeah, like obviously, like just the general like stuff that's like going down. It was kind of they did drop stuff just on you just randomly at some points, but that's fine. It happens. But it is what it is. But there were moments. So me and my roommate like, the fuck, what was that? What is happening? Like that random
Like which bit?
that witch.
Which bit?
Yeah.
Which bit?
The witch, what the fuck was happening with that? She's walking up those stairs, suddenly she's coming like blob woman. Like what the fuck?
Dude.
Like what's happening? What
At
is
the
this?
end, when she got up the stairs, I was so terrified. Like
Yeah.
she looked so scary.
Then when she gets baked, but fucking gets ovened in like some room.
It's a baked potato.
But yeah, story was it was alright, but like it didn't. I guess it didn't need to be like great because that wasn't really what the film was going for. So yeah.
It's
However, I am a
awesome.
story guy, which is why it hindered the points for me. But that's besides the point. I'm not gonna use that to
Makes
dog
sense.
anyone else's opinions of it.
You have a
'cause that's
very
my own.
logical thinking type of brain, I feel.
Well, thanks, Jason. Thanks.
So this movie was more about.
That's one of the
He
first
struggles
nice
with
things
the-
people say to me on this podcast.
he
I don't really
struggles
just get
with
piled on.
imagination.
Jason, do not encourage
Hey,
him.
I'm not
okay?
saying if that's nice or not. I'm just saying like some people think like A implies
'Cause he's
B. But this
autistic.
movie was just like, oh, it's kind of wholesome.
Yeah, which is a vibe in itself. It is. I'll tell you what, if you're feeling down any day, you just watch this and you're gonna be feeling pretty good afterwards. Probably not the whole like her becoming an old woman thing. That was kind of distressing for like the start of it, but yeah, they move past that. They move past it pretty quick. She's pretty chill after that, looking at little lakes.
I did think this. Like, she kind of embraces being old very quickly.
Yeah, she kind of
It's
just
like,
runs with it. Yeah,
this is what it is, and then I feel like she doesn't tell anyone, and I actually feel like I would do the same thing. Like,
yeah.
if I just
What?
woke up and I was like 85, I'd be like, okay, I
That's
can't be
that's
bothered to
part of
explain
the
this.
spell.
Yeah.
The part of the spell, she tried to say it to that little kid, and she couldn't get the words out.
Oh,
That is part of
Yeah,
the spell. That's
yeah,
why
she was
Calcifer
cursed
said to
to
her,
not be
"Oh
able to
yeah, but you
tell.
can't tell him, can you?"
oh, I thought she just chose not to. I would have
No.
chosen
Also,
just to not be
also,
bothered.
I
Decos
think it would have been
fun
better
fact,
if they hadn't have added that as and she just chose not to, because it would have been more like character, like she's like embarrassed by it, but as she embraces it, she's like, oh, I'll tell
That's
people.
victim blaming, Cameron.
What?
Yeah, you're
can
cancelled.
I do a Decos fun fact?
You can do a Digos fun fact. Throw it in there.
After a quick Google search, apparently Calcifer in Japanese origin means to warm the house's heart.
Whoa!
Calcifer is
Wow.
generally a boy's name of Japanese origin, most famous for the endless. Yeah, from it was made famous from Howl's Moving Castle, but it. Yeah, but yeah, in Japanese origin, it means to warm the house's heart.
That's so
Which
cool.
makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. That's
Which
fair.
explains why when he was taken away, the house went away.
Yeah. And he's also a heart.
Yes.
Yes. Which I
Right.
feel like they could have
Feels like-
teased a
feels
lot more,
like
because I know
that
they said
would-
his heart was with a demon, but like I was hoping, like me and my roommate were talking about this, we think if they had it where like when they were all sleeping and like he was walking through, like like Hal was walking through, like looking at everyone, he saw her like as like a young like woman again. If they had like Calcifer was also sleeping, but he was had like a slight like heartbeat to him, because then it like visually like insinuates something. It doesn't tell you like, oh, it could be that, and then like pays it off at the end.
Yeah, it's
Like
true.
I did notice that a little bit with stuff that happened. There was payoff moments, but I didn't feel like there was a lot of setup moments. So like stuff like was paid off, but was never set up. So it just kind of felt like it was just happening. Like with the fucking scarecrow guy. Like I know they set up as it was going to be someone, but you never knew it was going to be the fucking prince. Apart from obviously the massive dick that was like hanging out there. That was apart from that.
For sure.
Apart from that, but that's by the by. It didn't really hinder my enjoyment of it, because I'm just watching, I'm just
Hey.
chilling. What?
I did get a little bit because I thought the heart thing was like, there's one bit where Howl is having a tantrum because his hair color changes.
Yeah.
And he was
And
bringing up
then
the dark
That's the
spirits.
vibe.
yeah, and then Calcifer
the
says that he did this last time someone broke up with him. And then that witch lady, I forgot her name. The
Witch of the West.
King's
Witch
witch
of the
lady.
Wa- The Witch of the Waste.
No, the royal one.
Oh, the royal one, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
she said like, oh, what did she say? Yeah, that a demon stole his heart, and I didn't realize. I thought stole his heart as in someone broke up with him and that he broke up with a demon.
Yeah.
I was really
yeah.
confused
But you
when
could do- you
Calcifer's
could've
heart
done it.
came up. I was like, have they
You
been
could've
banging or something? I'm like so confused.
You don't know how old Howl is, to be honest.
That's true.
And you could make a long stretch of the wicked Witch of the Waste. Could have
Yeah.
been the person who broke up with Howl, because she
Yeah.
keeps saying throughout the film she wants the heart,
What
and
is
she
her
says it's
deal?
hers.
Why did she want the heart?
She's a bad vibe.
What is the point of her? Because she's like another old lady. So Sophie's an old lady, but she's like another old lady, and she's like just, I don't know, trying to steal men's hearts.
Girls
Like
were big money
literally,
in Hollywood in 2004, Jason.
huh?
Also, I wonder if
Girls
that
were
royal.
big money in Hollywood in 2004.
Also, I wonder if
Gilfs, for
that
fuck's
royal.
sake.
I didn't know
I
that.
wonder if that royal sorcerer is anyway related to Hal, because Hal was a child of blonde origin, and it looked similar to the prince. I don't know if that's just because Studio Ghibli blonde.
Wow.
Shut the fuck up.
God damn. All right. Anyway, general discussion. I feel like we got our points across. I feel like we kind of know, like, what we thought about the movie, where we're at. So I think we should go into the scoring of things. Kind of see where we're at with that.
Why did you have to say that with such emphasis?
Because they're scoring it right. Jason,
Scoring.
you're the guest.
Yeah.
You score first. So, if you're not familiar, but I'm assuming if you, I don't know if you have the slides in front of you or anything. I'll just tell you anyway.
I
With an
do.
S. All right, yeah. So S to the void. Just kind of just plonk. Say where you think it's going to be, and we'll all say it. And then at the end of it, if like we don't really kind of unanimously agree on one that's like close to all of ours, we'll just use like an average. We'll get like we attribute them all like numbers and just get an average and put it there. That's like the last
I can
resort,
guess
though.
what everyone's gonna say.
Can I ask why John Wick is in C and it's below Transformers?
Because they're crazy. They're crazy, Jason. I'm telling you. I was like, John Wick, fantastic. It's like A. They're like Ryan was like F or some bullshit.
Jason,
I'm
just
like,
saying,
what?
okay,
What?
two people
I
put
said B.
Transformers in S.
Why is Glass Onion in E? Oh,
It's shite.
it
I
wasn't
would like to
shite.
Jason, I'd like to point out, I'm pretty sure I put Transformers in C. Joe and Cameron put in S, and Cameron and Ryan put in the void.
Yeah, and it averaged out to B.
Yeah, because me and Joe, because we waited, we wanted it like at least a B. So we were doing some dragon, that's for sure. But also like childhood memories, S.
Oh my god.
Also, Ryan, all I'm saying is Ryan didn't watch the film, so wasn't allowed to vote on the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 rating, which is why it's in S.
No,
I
it's-
didn't even notice that one. I haven't seen it yet either.
Fantastic film. Fantastic.
It's
I
gonna
have
be
high
absolutely
expectations
shite,
now
and I
when I go
can't
see
wait
it.
to
Personally, I
watch it.
think Puss in Boots should be an S. But
It should have been. Yeah, everyone gave it S
No,
but
it
Ryan.
It was
Of
not
course,
that
of
good.
course he did.
was that
It's a
good.
pretty standard kids film.
Right,
It just
anyway.
looks a bit like
Pretty
Jason,
soon,
Howl.
the
so-
S is just. If Ryan had his way, S would just be filled with a bunch of like old French black and white films.
Yeah, basically.
Basically.
So, Jason, where do you think it sits? Obviously, don't use the other films to influence. You can if you want. I mean, use the other films to
Okay.
influence you a little bit, but
Well,
it's
now
pretty.
that
It's
I
up to you.
know
It's pretty
almost
fucked,
completely
though, so-
random.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, to be honest. I don't
Um,
think. Yeah, it's just.
Except for D. D stands for documentary.
Yeah,
Ah.
can't put it.
You can put
I
it in
would-
D if you want.
I won't put it in D. I think it's I enjoyed it a lot. Made me feel emotions. So I'll put it in. I'll put it in A. I really liked it. I'll put it in A. A
Alright,
low A,
yeah.
high B type. Yeah.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Yeah. All right. So, Jason, A. Right. D-Costs. Where do you want to put it?
Hey.
All right. Cheeky A for the
I don't think
cost.
it's, I don't. If it had somewhat of a strong storyline, then it would be S.
Mm.
But I know it's not. The whole point of the film isn't the storyline. But
Yeah.
why it can't be S? If it had
Yeah.
everything, then yeah. But A.
It's gonna be an because it's an A. I mean, this is just a
What?
really solid film. There's not. I mean, the vibes are on point. Decos kind of nailed it. Like, if the story was better, it could potentially be S, but the story sadly isn't. A tier.
Nice. All right. So that's 3 A's. It all lands on Lil Camera. No, I was just gonna give it D. I
Okay.
think because again because obviously like I feel like the story has a little more weight for me than other things, so that's kind of why it brings down another little thing. But I'd put it in B, mostly because Crank's in B. So if Crank's in B, fucking this film could be in B. And
Crank, I maintain every podcast you bring up Crank's in B. I maintain Crank is a B tier film.
Crank is
Okay.
doesn't
It
matter.
is just-
I'm not.
it's
We're
non-stop
not doing
action,
this
baby.
again. We're not doing Crank
Non-stop.
again.
I honestly think Rogue One could be A. Maybe.
Jason, don't.
It doesn't hold
Don't,
up.
Jason, don't. All right, look. Rogue One should be A. That's besides the point. All right, we move.
You think?
And then boom, with the power of movie magic, Howl's Moving Castle is nestled safely in A tier, where the sheep belong. Those nice little cuddly sheep. All right, so now we get to go to, I think quite an interesting
yummy
section this
sheep.
week. Just to wrap everything up is what's to know with Jason, where we get to know what Jay wants to know, because someone didn't want to have to put Jason in there, so just covered up the O and the E for Java, just put Jay. I wonder who could have done that. Right, yeah.
Hey,
So
this way we
Jason,
can keep it for next week, maybe.
right, Jason, what do you want to know, man?
What I want to know is, so, well, you know how the Witch of the Waste, for no apparent reason, turns Sophie into an old Sophie?
Yeah.
If you guys saw someone and they just pissed you off,
Mm.
and you were magical, what would you do to them instead
So,
of
all
turning
right,
them old?
I have a perfect thing to this. So what I would do is I feel like I'd be quite a kind person, so I'd actually bless them rather than curse them. You know, so maybe they don't go around annoying people anymore.
No,
I'd
you
bless
wouldn't.
them
No,
with
you
the
wouldn't.
treasures of chest hands. All right, it's
Oh,
hands
fuck.
on their chest. All right, I'd bless it. Their nipples would sprout into fingers and hands, and they could perform
Oh.
actions for them on the sides of them.
That's so. Just have 4 hands then.
Four
Why do
hands?
they
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
be on your chest?
Got them on their
Why
chest.
do they have to
It's
come out your
cooler
chest?
there. It's cooler there. Like
I feel
imagine,
as less
Jason.
convenient.
Imagine you pick up a tub of popcorn with 2 hands, and then you've got the chest on, so you just pick the popcorn out and just place it in your mouth. Just eat it, you know, just straight
You
away.
use the
Oh
chest
my
hands to
god,
hold
you've
the
already done this
popcorn.
bit. It wasn't funny. You're
Yeah,
thinking
but
this.
Jason
you
used
use-
to know.
That's very
Wouldn't you use the
specific
chest-
thing. That's a
Wouldn't you
very
use the chest
specific.
hands to pick up and hold the bucket?
No,
Surely that'd be a lot
no,
better.
it'd be everywhere. It'd be everywhere. It'd be chaos. Anyway, mine's chest hands. All right,
Anyway,
we're
you
going
said
with
this
chest
joke
hands.
like 4 weeks ago, and 4 weeks later it's still dead. So
Chest hands every
let
time.
me end that.
All right.
End that, or Jason will be a permanent guest, and you will not.
Ah! What? I guess. Yeah, Jacos. What do you want?
I mean, mine was a lot more fucked. I was going to say turn him into a door, then the ass would be the door lock.
What?
Oh my.
Just shoving it in there, twisting to lock and unlock.
Yeah, no, I got that.
Anyway, Ryan, save us with something.
Okay, I'll go. You know, mine is definitely less. Fucked. What I would do is to say this guy like really pissed me off, right?
Mm.
What I would do if we were to say
Open
like play Valorant together, I would
Uh-oh.
over the course of like a couple of years convince them that I'm not very good at Valorant, forcing the
Piece of
guy
shit.
to permanently play like whenever he's with
Motherfucker.
me on a Smurf account and making it like really. He has to like create like several accounts to keep like playing with me. And then when I'm on my own, I'll just pop off and play the game normally.
No, you fuck. Stop messing with my head, man. Okay, well, I need to go reconsider my
Oh, there's
friendship
a
with Ryan.
reference there.
And Jason, what would you want?
Well, I don't know. That's why I asked.
No, you're the person who asks always gets
Jason,
asked
you're a
at the end.
sadistic fucker. Okay, I've seen it.
What?
I've seen it.
No, I'm not. I'm
Jason's
a
an
nice
innocent
guy.
boy.
I've seen Jason's vengeance.
I wouldn't do
It
that.
does
No,
now.
to be honest, I go with chest hands as well. That sounds fucking lit.
Oh yeah, baby.
Bring
hands on
back
the chest.
chest hands.
Bring it back. That was Howl's Moving Castle. Thanks to our special guest Jason. Jason, we really appreciate you coming along. It was great to have a little chat with you about this film. So thanks.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much for having me.
Yeah,
This was-
you don't need to thank us. It was probably more
This
work
was
on your
great.
part than it was.
I loved it.
You're
And
not
I
being
got to watch
invited-
Howl's
invited
Moving
back.
Castle. Okay, well.
Yeah,
Well,
and so
we've
thanks.
got next
Yep,
week
thanks for
now.
joining us.
Yeah,
next
We
week?
gave the movie
Great.
8
What are we
tier.
doing next week, Cameron?
We're doing what was that? Not I think we're doing the Norwegian one. What was it called again? I don't remember the
The
name.
worst person in the world.
The worst person in the world.
Oh, they made a
folks.
movie about Ryan. That's cool.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's true.
The last dunk of the podcast. It was a beautiful one.
Basically, not tomorrow. Next week's episode will be just
Cameron will
Ryan,
put it in the void.
because it'll be just Ryan.
Void.
It really is not that complex of a film.
I guess we'll see what
honestly.
happens. Well, so we're gonna hit that up next week.
It's literally just a drama
I don't do
about a woman
Norwegian
navigating her life.
subtitles.
It's the same thing. You don't understand what they're
No,
saying.
it's not. I know. I watched enough anime to comprehend basic.
Cameron's desperately trying to end the podcast.
Thanks for
Cameron
joining us this
definitely
week, folks.
wants
Follow us
I want to
on
go get some poo.
all social media. Yeah, give us a like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you leave a comment of another film, we don't have to watch Ryan's one. So please, dear Christ, leave a comment of another film so we can watch that. And yeah, see you next week. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Ta-ra.